Hey everyone, this is Day. First and foremost, I want to say thank you so much, and I'm very appreciative and highly grateful to be part of the HIV Stop For Me campaign for the year 2019. Very excited to see what we're going to have for this year. So I'm actually going to hop right into it for the question of the month in February. And the question of the month is, as the support and acceptance of undetectable equals untransmittable continues to grow, what do you anticipate to be the biggest challenges or obstacles that will be faced in the community you serve? So I believe that two things actually might contribute in terms to some obstacles or challenges, and the challenges, or at least that I'll see, will be more so of solidifying and creating that awareness of what HIV positive undetectable really means for an individual who's positive, as well as having the conversations surrounding sex and what that means for individuals who may want to engage with someone who's undetectable and positive. So the first point that I want to say in terms of like solidifying and creating the awareness is to really have the understanding that for those who may not know what undetectable really means, because that's a big word for anyone. So that just really means that the individual who's HIV positive, they have a very, very, very low amount of the virus in their body. And studies have shown nowadays that those individuals, like ourselves, who's HIV positive undetectable, we're unable to transmit it to our partner. With that being said, in that realm, we need to understand that in order to achieve that in the community, in the community that I predominantly deal with, those who are MSM of color. So with that being said, we need to have a true understanding, or at least a simplified way, in order to have the community who may not have the real access to either education or things of that nature, or really understand health literacy, for them to understand that in order to achieve undetectable, you have to be taking your medication on a daily basis. You also have to commit to your doctor's visits and follow-ups, especially now more than ever. 3 months depending on the doctor, 6 months depending on exactly how you're following up and how you're taking care of yourself. Each doctor kind of works a little different, as well as the patient. So with that type of understanding and solidifying the lifestyle in terms of how to maintain undetectability, that's not a word, but hey, it happens. I think that we can actually have a better understanding in people actually wanting to achieve that in terms of their goals, especially if they're newly diagnosed. Especially for those who are negative, if someone may come to them as a community member, because let's be honest, sometimes you might not feel comfortable going to a doctor's office right away after you found out something. And you can be an ally in that sense and have the right tools and information to really understand what that might mean for your friend, for your partner, whoever that case may be, then we can further battle that challenge of understanding and stigma as well too. To understand that a person who's undetectable has a chance of living a quote-unquote, and I hate this word, normal life, in terms of living a healthy life to the best of their ability. Also, the other portion of it that I had mentioned briefly, in terms of navigating questions or conversations rather surrounding sex, let's just be completely transparent in my honesty and my truth. I'm a very sex positive person. So I do believe that if you do want to have condomless sex, you may do so, but you at least need to have the resources to understand how to maintain safety and how to maintain your health. So with that being said, now that we are including sex in terms of it being untransmittable, if a person is HIV positive undetectable, we have to have a clear understanding in terms of how other factors might come into play. So one person might actually hear, okay, if you're undetectable, we got condomless sex. Yes, you can. However, there's also options in terms of your risk reduction for the person who's negative, as well as for the person who's positive. We do have to remember, yes, PrEP is in the equation, and it really is an effective regimen in terms of keeping those who are negative. However, we do have to remember that certain things in terms of PrEP do not protect from other STIs. And when it does come to those individuals who are undetectable, a co-infection could really harm them. No matter how healthy you are, that actually can bring a compromise, because it's actually breaking down your immune system. So with that being said as well too, having the conversation surrounding when has your partner's been tested, what method of risk reduction are we using? Are we actually doing condoms? If we're not doing condoms, is my partner on PrEP? And once again, all of those conversations are going to tie around testing and things of that nature. If we can actually have those conversations with one another and be more transparent, easier said than done, then I believe that we can actually break those stigmas and have healthier sex lives, as well as being able to maintain, if you're negative, completely staying negative, and if you're positive, having a completely healthy, undetectable life. So with that being said, the barriers might be there, but I feel like we're slowly getting to a place with more knowledge, more information, that we can actually end the stigma, end the epidemic, and get a lot more further in terms of the world of HIV. So once again, this is Day, and thank you for listening to my question of the month response. If you want more information in terms of resources for HIV treatment, awareness, or anything else, you can definitely visit us at hivstopswithme.org.